Good morning, guys. Today is day 25th, and I'm answering. Still, tell me about yourself. So, today I'm going to tell you about myself, and it is an interview journey. I'm cos- I am answering the question about my interview, in which whenever we go to interviews and interviewer mostly ask this question, tell me about yourself. So, I will give this answer. I will try to answer this question, tell you about myself. And today I am going to answer same. And my name is Sandeep Singh. Originally, I am from Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh, and I have completed my post graduation from Mahatma Jyotirlal Royal University, Bareilly. And currently, I live in New Delhi, and I work as an executive security at Ports Management Consultancy Private Limited. And as an executive security, my responsibilities are security supervision, documentation, and incident recording, patrolling, staff deployment, MIS data reporting, SAP management, inter-department coordination, vendor and supplier management and coordination, and local authorities coordination and liaising, and event management, celebrity management, and there are many more responsibilities which I am bearing. So whenever I am on patrolling, I ensure that every staff performing their duty properly, and I also ensure customer safety, customer comfort, and because I am on round, I also check for suspicious things, suspicious person. If I found any unattended object anywhere like bag and anything else, then I have to uh, check this, investigated this through HHMD, DFMD, and sometimes I have to use XPS machine because sometimes bags are too big, so I have to put it in the XPS machine. And if I found this is something suspicious before checking by HHMD and DFMD, then I have to involve local authorities, and I have to ensure that recorded incident. So or I also coordinate with vendors and suppliers, and sometimes vendors comes to uh, uh, provide things like any equipment faulty. So vendors comes to on behalf of AMC, and they rectify that equipment. So there are many equipment like Express machine, DFMD, HHMD, SNFX, and CCTV also comes in equipment because there are many things which makes a CCTV room like DVR, NVR cameras. So I have to coordinate with these vendors, and I have to coordinate on daily basis suppliers like water supplier and other things supplier like they are supplying goods to the store. So I have to coordinate with them also, and I have to coordinate with local authorities, mostly fire and police department, and sometimes MCD department, and I have to ensure all these things going smoothly. So, as an executive security, I am doing these duties, and before executive security, I was an assistant supervisor security, and my duties were mostly similar. Some duties were less, and before assistant supervisor, I was a CCTV operator uh, at Select Infrastructure Private Limited, where I have monitored cameras, and if I find some suspicious thing through the camera, then I have to inform that to the floor field officer or senior, and I have to record that as incident, and I have managed equipment related to CCTV like camera, DVR, NVR, servers, BMS servers, and I have to coordinate with inter-department like MATV department and other vendors which is related to CCTV. So I am doing this, and before CCTV operator, I was a guest relation assistant, and as guest relation assistant, I have to explain about the right to the customer because I was in a amusement park, in an amusement park called Birds of Wonder, which comes under the Great India Place Mall, and I have to explain to the guests about the ride, that what is the ride, what is the criteria of ride, and how would you feel on the ride, and how what should you do on the ride, what should you do not do on the ride. So I have to explain all these guidelines to the customer, and I have to check in their bands that they are authorized to the ride or not authorized to the ride. And before entering the ride, I have to measure their height and measure their weight, because there were some rides only for adults and there were some rides only for kids. So like this, I am doing my duty over 15 years, and I think my expertise, my experience will help your organization, and your organization will help me as financially. So thank you so much, guys.